We wish you a Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
We wish
Wish
you a
you a
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
We
We
wish you
wish
a
you a
Merry
Merry
Christmas
Christmas
and
and
a
a
Happy
Happy
New
New Year. Not this episode,
Year.
though. Next episode, we'll wish you a Happy
Why
New
did it
Year.
sound like, you know when like you hear yourself double, like you're talking and you like that's what it sounded like we were doing. But
You
welcome to
like
Oh
hear
That
yourself in your
Reminds
ears.
Me. We're here to remind you to
Stay cool.
yes sir.
Stay pog.
I am MadJad_ here with my fellow co-host.
John.
Nope, your username. I said MadJad_. You're supposed to say your
My name's
username.
John.
His name is John.
My name is Sin FPS.
You heard that right. That's a rebrand.
Yup, mini rebrand.
It took him a whole night to decide.
Well, here's the thing. So I was on Instagram one day randomly, and I looked at my name, and I hated my personal Instagram name, which I won't disclose here because it doxes me.
Isn't it? So you just hate your name?
But it was like my name, but it had like I think an underscore in it or a dot or something. I forget. I don't know. So then I was like, what do other people do that I follow? And then everyone was just their name, but like no underscore or anything. So then I was like, okay, I'll just do my name. And then I put it, and I was like, wow, that looks way cleaner, right? So then the next day, I was just laying in bed, and it was like 2 a.m. or something, and I was watching Skibbity Toilet, and I was trying. I just like randomly thought about my like ats and social medias and stuff, and like one of them is at sin or like at underscore r6 sin, and then one's r6 sin, and then one's sin r6, and then one's like sin dot r6, and then one's r6 dot sin, and I'm like, damn, it's really confusing and really annoying and like not that clean to have them all be different stuff, because
So
when you
I'm
can just
__ and Mckenzie and Mckenzie.
yeah, but you hate that too. So it's like
Well,
it would be so much cleaner and simpler if I could be like, yeah, I'm just at Sin FPS on everything at like whatever. You know what I mean?
see, I did the goofy thing where I was like, oh, if I do want to rebrand to Mckenzie, let me get all the ats. I've just accidentally forgot all the passwords to those accounts. So it's a little bit of an issue.
So I was like, all right, let me figure out what I can do that's based off of my name so that it's not a complete rebrand. Because if I did a complete rebrand, I don't know. I wouldn't know what to make my name, and I think it would just be too confusing this deep in. So then I was like testing stuff out. Obviously, at Sin FPS normally is taken, and I also wanted to remove the R6 from my name because like I like R6, but I don't want that to be my whole personality for my whole
He
life.
also got started. I can't speak. He also was called R6 instead of Sin.
Yeah. A lot of times in streams and stuff, because I was R6 Sin, people just call me R6,
But
or
that's so
someone called
funny
me
because people just
Raisin,
call
stuff
me
like that.
Jad.
Like,
Normally you go like with the first thing, but because they see mad, they're like emotion.
they think that's the emotion,
And
and then
it's like Chad, and I'm like, no, I am the mad.
So in
Or
order to figure
according to
out
the Twitch rivals people, I am the lad.
what I should rebrand to, I actually just looked up top Twitch streamers, and then I went on Twitch Tracker, and I scrolled through what the top streamers are until I found where is it? 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 Where? Damn, did this guy like fall off? Where the hell did he go? I found someone who was like their name underscore FPS. And I was like, okay, I could use that. So then I went on Twitter and I looked up FPS, and then I realized that there's a lot of people who are their name FPS. So then I'm like, okay, I'll do that. At Sin FPS was obviously taken. And then my name on Siege, because Sin is taken in like every version of everything, is SIIN dash. And it looks kind of clean. So then I was like, let me try that. And at Sin FPS with 2 eyes was available on everything. So then I was like, all right, I'll rock with that. There were some other tests that I
I
was
gave
doing
him
with, like,
options, but he didn't like any of them. Here's the example. Little Sin, Sinberry, Sin Cake,
sorry,
Sunshine,
ChatGPT gave me those options.
Cinnamon. That was a good one.
we-
That was cinnamon.
We did think
Get it?
of Oh, Cinnamon. We did also think of Old Sin FPS or Old Sinatra to go back to that, but uh, I don't know.
Doesn't
It didn't
want to
feel
be
it
old.
didn't feel as clean, and then also I got feedback from your boyfriend that he didn't like the Old Sin. He liked the Sin more with the two eyes because you didn't like the two eyes, and I kind of like the two eyes, and so I was gonna go with it, but I was like, oh, maybe it's like corny and everyone will hate it. But
I don't
then
know.
Nick said that he
I'm just
liked it.
personally not a fan. But yes, my boyfriend is quite an expert as he
So
loves looking at usernames and realizing how beautiful
that is my username.
the
But I
usernames
think
are.
on social media, I haven't decided yet whether or not I'm going to switch to double I on everything in terms of like nickname or display names, or if I'll just keep it regular Sin. Um, right
I
now on
like
Twitter,
regular sin.
it's double I because I switched it to test it, and then I just get an error when I try changing it back.
Oh,
But
yeah,
yeah,
weird.
so
Now,
that's my rebrand.
one thing that it kind of is like a crucial part of the podcast, other than us, is Discord. And
True.
welcome to your. Is this really pop culture though?
Welcome to your
Legal advisors.
boom boom bum bum ba bum.
Discord is getting sued for their subscriptions.
Which is big.
Because you said, did you say that you had trouble? Or you know?
I did not, but Jade and so they're
Nick
being
said it
sued
as
over their
well.
subscriptions because the lawsuit claims
Discord's
that their
cancellation flow is so oh shit.
obfuscated.
Thank
It's, like,
you.
confusing.
That there are YouTube tutorials instructing how to cancel a subscription.
Yeah. To be fair, I can definitely see that. Like right now, I guess I could just hit cancel there. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Wait, before canceling? Wait, what?
What?
Whoa.
What? I want to know now.
I pressed cancel, and then to stop me from canceling, they're giving me a 30% discount.
Oh.
Confirmed
Whoa.
discount. Fuck yeah.
Wait.
I'm not canceling. I'll just take that free discount. I was just pressing cancel to see how it looked. Fuck
Turn
yeah.
off streamer mode.
That's hype.
Yeah, one thing with the Discord as well with the Nitro is I have been the price has been raised without my aware because I have Nitro, not Nitro Basic. It says it's $9.99 a month and it's $15 for me, and maybe that's
Canadian.
USD to wait.
Yeah, because it's $9.99 for me.
But it was used to be 13 and it went up and no one told me.
It might have been cheaper and they might have raised it. I can't remember, but also
no,
Canadian
$9 United States dollar equals $12.93.
Oh, then you're just getting fucked.
Yeah.
I don't know. Damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is big because worst case, nothing happens from the lawsuit. Best case, you can get money like the Fortnite lawsuit, which hopefully this Discord one isn't. I don't know who's suing. Hopefully it's not just the FTC because the Fortnite one's the FTC, which means anyone outside of America can't get the refund. Yeah. Which is funny because I think out of everyone I know, everyone who doesn't live in America would get the most money out of the refund. Like you, Noah, Nat, you guys would make so much money off the Fortnite refund, and none of you can do it.
I made bad choices, and I regret it. I didn't mean
Discord?
I don't regret the Billie Eilish skin though. That's my most recent one, and that one I am okay with.
Discord Nitro is interesting though because it's something that I've wanted to cancel for a really long time now, but every time I press cancel and I go to do it, I don't get confused. I just can't bring myself to do it because then I'm not going to be able to use like any emojis.
Yeah,
file sharing gets super limited and super tiny sizes, which includes like pictures and videos and stuff.
Yeah, I use emotes quite a lot. I don't think I've sent a message without an emote in. Okay, no, I have. Please vote if you have the opportunity to. Well, then I did a bow at the end. No, but anyway, I was looking at my announcements. No, literally every single thing has an emote. It's just a little pricey. But if I had to pick like Spotify Premium over Discord, I'd probably pick Spotify Premium.
Yeah, if it was between like subscriptions, this is probably the first I would cancel, but That's another problem I'm having right now with
But we're
Patreon is
rich.
I want to sub to so many Patreons, but for like podcasts and stuff, but like that's so many subscriptions to pay for.
But you know which one he will definitely pay for? Ours, coming in
Yep.
2025.
Coming soon. Stay tuned.
Mhm,
Possibly,
mhm.
maybe.
But what was I gonna say? I'm getting Chipotle, and I
Oh,
asked my mom for Chipotle at 4, and she's coming home now with the Chipotle, and it's 6, and
oh, that reminds me.
it's gonna be
Welcome,
awkward.
welcome to Jonathan's food review segment of the podcast, where I review food for the podcast. Today we have 3 entrants to the food review podcast. Which one do you want to pick? 1, 2, or 3 first?
I'll pick number 2.
Number 2, I tried Taco Bell's chicken
Yes,
nuggets.
sir. You're
That's right.
welcome.
Taco Bell has debuted chicken nuggets, uh, and they just came out a few days ago. Now you might be thinking, what makes these different from normal chicken nuggets from like a McDonald's or something like that? Well, these nuggets are marinated in. Can I find them? Can I find the description? It's marinated in jalapeno buttermilk. So instead of just like marinating it in regular buttermilk or something, it adds a little flavor to it, or at least it's supposed to. Maybe a little spice, and also the breading, instead of just being regular breading, obviously it's like seasoned and stuff, but it also has tortilla chips in the chicken breading.
Oh, interesting.
So this is interesting. So
Because
I
I know
got them.
like cornflakes is like a popular
Oh yeah,
breading,
cornflakes are like really
but
popular.
tortilla
Mhm.
chips, interesting.
I'd never heard of tortilla chips. Now I got these, and I also tried 2 of the sauces. There's 3 sauces. I did not try the jalapeno honey mustard because I don't like mustard. But I tried the Hidden Valley Ranch Fire sauce and the Bell sauce. In my opinion, both of the sauces kind of mid. But that's just my taste. I'm a picky eater. The ranch one was probably the best. Um, Now the nuggets actually shocked me. I'm not gonna lie. The nuggets were very juicy, very crispy. They had a good flavor to them. For some reason, something about them, maybe it was the tortilla chips and the breading, maybe it was just the flavor in general. Something about it wasn't like I enjoyed them and I liked it, but part of me was left confused for some reason when I ate them. And I don't know what gave me that feeling, but I was just confused. But yeah,
Was it
overall,
because it's Taco Bell and you're
yeah, like I
expecting
don't
a taco, but you're like
maybe
feeling like it's Chick-fil-A right now?
I'm not really sure, but honestly, a pretty top tier fast food chicken nugget, definitely better than like Burger King.
Ooh,
Um,
talk your shit.
Possibly, arguably better than Chick-fil-A's chicken nuggets. I think Chick-fil-A's chicken nuggets are probably healthier, and I like them. But if you look at like a cost to performance ratio and how much like chicken you're getting and stuff, the Taco Bell may edge them out. I like McDonald's more, but McDonald's chicken nuggets are a really controversial one because you either love them or you hate them, from what I know.
Really? I haven't seen a single
I
person say they hate them.
I know a lot of people who can't stand like McNuggets specifically. They've got
Yeah.
like a distinct, like if you get like a McNugget versus making chicken nuggets at home or getting like a Chick-fil-A nugget or something, it's a different experience, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's either love it or you hate it. But yeah, I would say on the boom meter, I would give them
We don't have the
three and a
rights to that. They're
half
gonna
out
sue
of
us. They're
five
gonna sue us, John.
booms. On a
John,
scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it like a 7.5 out of 10.
he
They're pretty solid.
misspoke. He meant to say on the BAM meter.
Yeah,
he
on the
gives it-
BAM meter.
Yeah.
I also, speaking about related to Taco Bell in a way, speaking about tacos, I tried lettuce on tacos because if you know me, I'm a very picky eater, and I don't know, I just haven't really eaten lettuce before. So I tried lettuce on tacos, which I don't think is technically a like
I do.
taco topping. It's like white people tacos, as they say.
Yeah, white people.
It was pretty good. I'd probably do it again. I probably will do it again. Added some crunch to it. I did like light lettuce. I didn't put like a ton of lettuce on there. But I think slowly but surely I'm gonna work up and because maybe not salads anytime soon, but I always see like wraps, and
Some
wraps look
salad.
really good, and they have like lettuce in them. So I might try
They
wraps.
do.
Salads. The thing that I hear about salads a lot is people say
But
it's all about the dressing you get.
I mean, Caesar salad is probably
So then I gotta
the
try a lot of
safest
dressings.
one, I would say.
Okay.
But I was gonna say, have you not had like a McChicken from
Yeah,
McDonald's?
I get no lettuce.
That's
Burgers, no
crazy.
lettuce. Chicken sandwiches, no
That's
lettuce.
just
Everything
bread
I
and
just get.
chicken.
Yeah. What do you think a chicken nugget is?
Chicken.
Yeah, a chicken nugget is just chicken. So you just put a chicken nugget in between bread, which I love bread, and boom, big chicken nugget and bread.
Because I like lettuce. I eat quite a lot of lettuce. There's like lettuce wraps you can do. There's
I don't think I'd
salads.
go. I don't know if I'm gonna go as far as to just remove the bread
Just
altogether and
eat
just eat
lettuce
lettuce.
itself.
But
Be a rabbit.
I already have enough rabbits. We don't
He
need
does
another rabbit in the
have
house.
5?
3.
Oh, what? No. 4.
Yeah.
No.
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 3.
No. I swear there was 2 in the room that I stayed in.
There was 2 in the room you stayed in. There's the big one.
And isn't there one in your mom's room?
Oh no, she got rid of that one because
What?
she was like,
What?
well, that was the one that she like rescued from our yard, and then she was gonna have him, but then it was just too much, and then also he was, I don't remember exactly, but he was like tweaking out or something because of like the other rabbits or some shit. I don't know, it was the whole thing. But
Anywho,
we gave him to another family.
what's the new food you tried?
The other food that I tried, which is very topical to this situation right now, is drumroll
Buddy?
please, Chipotle. That's right. You
Again?
not semi-recently heard me give a Chipotle review and talk about how mid Chipotle was. Chipotle's word of mouth advertising continues to get to me and make me think that maybe I'm the problem and not Chipotle.
You
Because every time I have Chipotle, I think or every time I've had Chipotle, I've thought it's like really mid. But then everyone always hypes up Chipotle and talks about how good it is. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to get Chipotle again. And this time I'm going to listen to the advice of one Majad underscore
What did I
Mckenzie,
say?
my friend, who said you can't order it online. You
True.
you gotta go and order it yourself and watch
True.
them make it. So I was like, you know what?
You
Okay,
get
I
more.
will.
If you film them too, did you film them?
So 10 cameras.
Perfect.
So after work, I went over to Chipotle. Now, notably, they were about to close, so that scared me because I was like, oh, all of the stuff is probably gonna be like really old and like sat out for a while, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Walk in, it wasn't. They had like just made a bunch of fresh stuff because there was still like half an hour left. And so they'd like just finished cooking their stuff for the day. Everything was like fully stocked and fresh. I was like, all right, this is huge. I got a burrito. I did single wrap. I didn't double wrap it.
I
I
think
got
my mom double wrapped it.
I got brown rice and white rice mixed actually.
Ooh, okay.
Because I got brown rice and he like started scooping it and then he was like, do you want to do a mix? And I was like, fuck it. We're feeling fancy. So I got that. I got steak and then I got double steak. But you don't tell them you want double steak in the start. You wait till they scoop the normal steak on, then you ask for double. Because if you just ask for double off rip, they can give you whatever they want and charge you double. But if you wait till they put the normal portion on, then say double, then they have to add on top of that.
Bro
You know
has
what I
a
mean?
strat already.
You gotta think. You gotta think. You gotta think. Then I got cheese on it, and I got the one salsa it's like the red tomatillo salsa.
The mild salsa.
And I believe that was all I got in it, from what I remember.
Okay.
And so then they wrapped it up. Side note, the people who ordered in front of me, Jesus Christ, I felt so bad for the employees. They like made bowls but then they kept telling the employees to like add more to the bowl. So like the one for example was like a veggie bowl, right? So they like put rice and they were like, can you like add more rice? I'm just having veggies. I need to have more rice. And they put more and then they were like, more please. So they put more and then they were like beans and they put the beans on. And they were like, can you add more beans? It's like it's just a veggie bowl. So they kept asking them to add more and more and more until they got to the end and this bowl was piled up so high that they couldn't close it at all. So then they took the lid to it and just have to press the lid against the bowl and then it just starts spilling out the sides on the counter like fucking everywhere. So this guy's got to get a bunch of napkins and shit and like just try to get this top closed. It's spilling everywhere. There's lettuce all over the place. And like, I don't know. These people, they just asked for too much and then didn't say like they didn't need a lid or something. They were just like, yeah, no, dude, try to fucking close it, pussy boy.
How else are they supposed to take it?
Don't ask for that much if you want it closed. It's not possible to close. But yes, I got my burrito and I am here with another review. Now, in the past, I have said that it's very mid and that Moe's is better.
And he stays with that.
And I think this, out of the burritos that I've had from Moe's and Chipotle, is the best burrito that I've had.
Let's go!
I think the notably, actually, wait.
Oh, I thought you switched up.
I
got pranked.
I also got queso in my burrito. Now, you don't like cheese,
you got
so this is bad
streamer?
for you. Yep, the streamer kit. No, I got queso in it. Now, I think this helped a lot versus the last time that I got it, because one of my reviews from the last time was that it was just pretty dry.
Lime. Oh, never mind.
No. Well, that was my review from like ages ago, was that it was too limey. But then I was like, maybe it's not too limey anymore. Maybe it was just that Chipotle, because it's like a different Chipotle and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I got queso in it, and yeah, no, it elevated it a lot. It kept it moist and not dry. I thought it was delicious. I thought the flavors all meshed well together.
Were you shocked?
I think I was actually shocked. I fucking downed that burrito, and I thought it was so good. I'll probably go to Chipotle more often now. I think this is unlocked Chipotle for me.
Welcome.
I think so
brother.
far from what I've experienced, the consistency of Moe's is better, and there's more stuff that I like at Moe's getting in my burrito. But the Chipotle one was solid. Now I gotta try their chicken. I think they have like a brisket right now, but it's very polarizing from what I've seen. A lot of people say it's really good. Some people say it's too barbecue-y. Some people say it's too dry. I feel like it's another location thing or like the day you get it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, it was delicious.
And that's food reviews with John.
Yep.
I need like a sound effect to like close it off.
We need to get like
Excuse me?
We need to get like a soundboard for our segment, so it's like food reviews with John. It's like a bite noise. I don't have like a bite noise on my soundboard.
I don't have the sound. These are all very I have bubbles. You took over my bubbles.
In the 2024 draft, Jonathan Stomach selects Chipotle burrito.
I went bowling.
Oh, true.
Hey, when was the last time you went bowling?
I haven't been bowling in a really long time. I actually can't remember the exact last time that I went bowling. The most notable last time I went bowling is probably one of the times I went to Universal, because the one hotel has a bowling alley in it. That's like a bowling alley and restaurant. It's really good and fun. So probably then, but it's been a really long time.
See, I went bowling, and I used to hate bowling.
You did used to hate bowling.
I used to have to go bowling every single year in elementary school.
Oh, really?
There's something called Pancake Tuesday. And we would go bowling, and then we would eat pancakes made by the parents. It was a great time. But I have trauma. See, these bowling places, they have these chairs where you can turn, and it'll swing you back to the front. You get what I mean? You feel me?
Uh-huh.
So, one day, I wasn't really bowling. I let someone take my place for bowling, because I didn't like bowling. Mm-hmm. So I was swinging in my chair, living my life, and this son of a bitch mom comes up and hurls the chair and says, "Stop spinning! Go play bowling!" And ever since that day, I've been traumatized. But the real reason why I don't like bowling is because it's really awkward, because you have to bowl, and then you have to walk back, and like, as a kid, like, you know when you see someone with a bowl, they do their little leg thing, their little swoop, and whoop. Yeah, no one did that as a kid. And if you did that, you're a tryhard, you're a loser, you're stinky. No. So I would just not care, and I'd be like, well, who cares? Toss. But I pulled up to this bowling convention, right? Big
Bowling
leads
convention?
here.
Okay.
It's a whole ass convention of my workers, of my friends. And they be like bowling like how normal people bowl. And I was like, interesting.
Like how adults bowl.
Interesting. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna bowl properly.
Okay.
And I did that. But that still does not take away the awkwardness of everyone staring at you while you bowl, and then you have to awkwardly wait.
I feel like
the amount of times I picked up the bowling ball and I just had to stand there for like a solid 2 minutes as I wait for the thing to lift up, and I turn back and I just see my friend staring at me, and I'm like, hello.
I don't know. In my experience, I feel like no one's really staring. I feel like most of the time when I go bowling, everyone's like talking to each other and more focused on talking to each other, and then like they glance over and see what you do or like see what the game does, but no one really stares.
No,
maybe it feels like they're staring.
No one was like. Well, at least to me, no one was talking to me during other things. So it was either I was on my phone or I was staring. But then my friend, she would always like clap whenever like anyone. She'd be like, "Whoa, way to go!" And then she'd give me high fives and stuff.
Like I would always.
But she'd be
talk
watching.
To people, but then I'd
she'd
like,
be watching.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but she won, but she didn't really win because she had the gutters up.
Oh, bumpers. Okay.
She had the bumpers up.
Do you remember your score?
I have a photo.
Okay, I want to compare this because I, out of curiosity, looked up bowling in our DMs and went to the oldest thing I could find, and I found a picture of you and your friends bowling in 2019, and I asked you if you won at bowling, and you said yes if it was like golf, and for the entire game, you scored a 30 and lost.
I got a 71!
Improvement! Let's go!
Yeah! Oh my god, I got a 71
score?
and I got a, what's the other game that we got? And I got a, what? I got a 71 and a 71? No, I got a 71 and I got a 61.
Did you score the first time that you rolled the ball? Because in this
I got
picture,
a 6.
In this picture, in your first 2 frames, you did not hit a pin.
I got a 6, and then I got a 3, then I got a 6-1, then I got a 7, then I got a 3, then I got a 9, and then I got a split, and then I got a 6, not a spare. Then I got a 6, then I got a 3, 4, and then a 7.
Here's the...
And then the second game, I got 2 spares.
Okay.
Yeah. But the second game, we decided to be a little goofy. And we were like, let's do trick shots. As you do. As you bowl. So,
of course.
It was first just like a little thing where like my friend was like, do you bowl with your left hand? And I was like, no. And she was like, you should bowl with your left hand. And I was like, okay, I'll bowl with your left hand if you bowl with your left hand. And she went, okay. And then I like brought over like the other people were in the same lane. And I was like, if you bowl with your left hand, we're all bowling with our left hands. Yeah, I'll bowl with your left hand. And we were like, okay. So they go. They have the 2 people before me have the bumpers up. Of course, they hit one of the things. And then it's my turn. I don't have a bumper up. So I use my left hand. I pick up the ball. My left hand is extremely weak compared to my right hand. So,
yeah,
this ball is very heavy.
Side note, I like thought about that the other day. I think I want to like use my left hand for things. Because I was at work and I was like, damn, I just don't like my left arm is just like useless. It is there simply to support my right hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. I need to be ambidextrous? No.
Ambidextrous.
I tried.
That's the thing, is I used to be, at least in baseball, when I was a kid, I could like bat with both hands or like catch and throw with both hands. And now if I tried throwing a ball with my left hand, I don't think that shit would go anywhere. Anyways, continue.
I don't remember. Sorry, you replied to this bowling thing. I have no recollection of this ever happening. Wow. Oh, crazy.
Really?
Yeah. Anywho, so yes, bowling with my left hand. I have the ball. I was like watching the 2 people before me, and I'm like, okay, it looks like the same thing. It just looks awkward. So I'm just going to do the same thing that I've done with my right hand. And I'm feeling confident. You know, I wind it up, and I go, and I throw the ball. And I don't know what finger this would be. It's not my pointer finger. It's index finger? Because It's not my middle
I think
finger.
index finger is pointer finger. That's your ring finger, right?
My ring finger. My marriage finger.
Yeah, yeah.
It has no
And
ring on
and
it.
it's on it's on your left hand too.
So, I have my nails are like decently long. I like long nails. So,
oh fuck! I'm gonna drop my phone. I'm so sorry for cutting you off. The same day that you sent me that bowling game, you played the Minecraft Monday Hunger Games server, and you got in a game with James Charles.
classic me.
I just scrolled down and just got taken aback by, yo, James Charles is in my lobby. Okay, continue. I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah, I took a photo with him. I said we best friends. Ugh. I don't know about that one. Anywho, I went bowling and I wind up the ball and I go and I do the bowling formation. However, coincidentally, still use the same leg that I was going back with when I did my right hand. And I go,
like you didn't switch.
and I, like I said, have long nails. So my ring finger is not one of the fingers in the ball. You know, it's my middle finger, my pointer finger, my thumb that's in the ball. And I'm trying to like figure out how I did it. I think the finger was just like on the ball. So when I went to like roll it, the ball fell out of my hands and went onto my nail and then rolled, if that makes sense.
So
like my finger went with the ball. Like,
okay.
If you like take your hand and your fingers are pointing up and you take your other hand and put it into a fist, the ball basically, and then just like roll it down.
Okay, so it like rolled
nails.
off of your fingers.
Yeah, it rolled off of my fingers onto the floor and then continued on.
Okay.
But because I have long nails, my ring fingernail in the middle of it flipped the opposite direction. So my nail didn't break, but it completely flipped and half of it detached from my nail. And sorry, from my finger, so it's all bloody. So I'm like, ow, that hurt. What the fuck? And I look and I'm like, oh, my nail is facing the wrong way. So I'm like, let me push that back to where it was. And again, it didn't break. And I like it was just bleeding a lot. I got Band-Aid, wrapped it up. It got warm for a bit, but I did point for a bit. So I'm used to nail looking weird, but I'm not used to it on my hand. But that was quite painful. So that bowling game got a 61, but I blame it on that left-handed roll. However, I did get one. I got one bowl. I got one pin down.
Let's go.
Compared to when I did the other trick shot, which was right after this, which was between my legs, I got 0. So I'm just better. That's what I've learned.
Would you say you enjoyed bowling?
I did enjoy bowling. I want to go bowling with Nick when he's here. The thing is, though, it was 8 of us that went bowling. And it was $22 in total.
Bowling in Canada is so expensive. $22 and after being split between 8 people is so fucked.
Yeah.
It's probably cheaper for you to travel to America and go bowling and then travel back.
Yeah. So I want to go bowling, but I also don't want to pay the price of me going out for like a bougie dinner place, you know? So
there's other things you could do with that much money than bowling, but bowling would be fun.
Yeah. But I think there's some bowling places that have a deals. I'm going to try to get a deal. Like, I think I read
go in,
somewhere.
Drop on your knees and just start screaming, please.
Well, I think I've read if we go before 10 a.m., it's 50% off.
Okay. Little early morning bowl.
We're going to wake up and bowl. But yeah, I do like, I am a fan of bowling, and I feel like I'll feel a lot more comfortable because, like, I went bowling with people I work with, and I barely ever see. Like, I see some of them because I have shifts with them, but some of them I, like, don't know. So it's like, I wasn't completely awkward, but
you'll be talking more, and you don't care if your boyfriend's staring at you.
Like, it's completely, he should be staring at me. I'll be mad if he isn't, you know?
Fair enough.
But that is my bowling adventures. I
Okay.
would say, low key, right now, I'd rather bowl than mini golf.
I was just about to ask that.
What
I feel like
what are you
I
at?
feel like those are the two. What am I at in terms of bowling or mini golf?
Mhm.
I think mini golf just depends on the course too much. I think I would rather bowl than do like a bad mini golf course. But and I know I keep talking about it and hyping it up, but Universal Studios they have like two mini golf courses on what's called City Walk, which is like essentially a boardwalk but not on a beach, but just a bunch of like
Again, you should
restaurants and
just do this
stores and stuff
trip
like that.
next year. Like, oh, sorry, next
We
year, not
we'll
2025,
trust me,
2026. Thank you.
we'll go again
Okay.
cuz next May Epic Universe opens, which is Universal's next park, which has
When does
Mario, Donkey
oh, I was
Kong
gonna say, when does
Country.
Mario show up?
Yeah. So in May, Mario, Donkey Kong Country, um, How to Train Your Dragon, Universal Monsters, and a third Harry Potter area open up. And
Mhm.
so I'm going in February, so that won't be open. And then it'll be busy as fuck when it first opens up. So then either end of next year or um next year, I'll just go back. So then you can go on the next year
And
trip.
when are we going to Disney?
I mean, realistically, if we do a next year trip, if we did it like middle of next year, like end of next year, like a lot of time to plan it and figure out people. I think if we did it with a small group instead of a big group, because if you don't know, I've planned like 3 Disney trips before with groups, but we always do it with a bunch of people to try to make it super, super cheap. But then uh we were like in high school or just exiting high school and this, that, the other thing. So a million things happened and people would back out and then that would cause the whole thing to collapse. I think given a long enough time, if we just figure out who's dead serious can go, um, I think we could probably do it all in one trip, like a long vacation.
Cause no, I was gonna be like, I want to travel, but at the same time, let's see how Boston goes with plans, and then I'll decide to travel. Cause one
Mm-hmm.
thing I
Mm-hmm.
do want to do is go to Australia, cause currently my friend is at school in Australia, so
Mm-hmm.
this is like the cheapest time to go to Australia for me, cause I will have a place to stay
Yeah,
and like a
you
tour guide and stuff
you have
like
fun
that.
there. Godspeed. Don't fucking
I'll
die to the
bring back a
spiders.
spider for you. It's gonna be great.
Godspeed.
And then I'll walk up to New Zealand, through the water, and I will be like, "New land, my home. Goodbye, North
I
America."
I also really want to travel because I mean, one, I've just loved traveling recently in recent years, but I've only really gone to like around America, around the East Coast US and then to Canada. But
I get super stressed while traveling. I'm not a fun person to travel with
I love traveling.
because I overthink and I panic and I need constant reassurance of I'm in the correct place.
You'll be chilling. You'll be chilling.
But
But
where's your go-to
I
places?
well, I was gonna say I just watched Eddie Burback's video on if Olive Garden can compete with
Italy. I'm
Italy,
not
and
done yet.
Italy looks so beautiful. So I
No,
wanna I wanna
mom
go to
has
Italy.
been to. Yeah, no, she went to Italy, and my best friend has gone to Italy.
I think it's just like Europe in general. There's just so many places that are so close together that you can hit in within one like decently sized trip. That I just
Mm-hmm.
want to go around Europe, hit it off, figure out which places I love, and then return to the places that I want to explore more.
How dare Europe people be
Dude, it's
Europe?
it's wild that like in 5 hours or 6 hours I could still be in the same state that I'm in right now, nonstop traveling, but they can go through like 5 countries. That's
Well,
fucked up.
if y'all didn't just take that much land and gave it to other people, that
Yeah,
could be
but
the
like
case here too.
the mm, I guess yeah, I can't imagine a reality like that. So maybe you're right. Any
Anywho,
Hoosers.
Obama listens to lunch, huh?
Yeah, Barack Obama has released his like song of the year list, which um I guess is important to make it on. I don't really know. I
We
don't know what it's. A
have
lot of people for many years have said that Obama's lists and Michelle Obama's lists which I guess is also just the Obama's lists, both of them. A lot of people say they're just done by interns and that these people don't
But
actually.
It's a fun thing. Like, if it isn't them, at least they're doing it.
Yeah,
No
like,
one else has done it.
Yeah, it's still cool to come out, and pretty sure he dropped a summer playlist over the summer, and yeah, here we go. So in the summer, he put Chihiro by Billie Eilish in his summer playlist, which was exciting. But then he just released his like end of the year list, and Lunch by Billie Eilish was featured on the list, which fire song, it's a banger, but I just can't imagine Barack Obama listen. He's just too like in my brain like serious politician to be bumping Lunch, you know what I mean?
He could eat that girl for lunch. He did it on a dime. This like she might be the one.
I'm gonna need him to read the lyrics in his voice.
I can't do an Obama impression.
My fellow Americans, I could eat Michelle for lunch.
Does he a lot?
At least people do it in their like impersonations of him. Yeah, it's like
Welcome to pop culture pussy moment. What's it called?
Poppin'. Pop your pop culture pussy.
Yes, that. Hey, John.
Yep.
Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing.
Oh God.
Did you hear
Shameik Moore's got to do his own thing. He's got to start doing his own thing.
With the voice actor to Miles Morales.
Yes, I did. Would you like to explain it?
Educate the public because I heard about it, but I didn't read it.
Okay, so in order to truly understand what is going on with Shameik Moore, we have to go back a little bit. Okay, let me what's her name? How do I spell it?
Haley Seinfeld?
Yeah. How do I? Which Haley?
Hailee or something like that. I must give my mom a towel. I will be right back. Fill the space.
Yo, right now we're holding space for Mckenzie.
I'm still listening though.
Towel. New Santa Shack skin coming out tonight. That's exciting. Fortnite. There's gonna be a Santa Snoop Dogg skin that releases in Fortnite as well, so that's hype. I believe Mariah Carey just got defrosted, so that's pretty crazy. Fortnite's doing some crazy things right now. The Fortnite Christmas Lodge where you like open up presents is back this year, which is actually super exciting because I don't know why they removed that. That used to be the most fun part about Fortnite is getting on. It's a snow day, so you got off from school, you log on to Fortnite, yeah, open up a present, you play Fortnite with your friends. You know, it's just good times, good vibes. Mckenzie told me I could carry on with the story, but for some reason, I think it's really funny to keep talking about Fortnite.
No, at least it wasn't Skibbity Toilet, because that's
dude, Skibbity Toilet's crazy. Yes, you guys have to watch Skibbity Toilet. I'm telling you, please watch Skibbity Toilet.
If anyone wants to be my
halfway
new
through the series right now.
For this
I'm like halfway.
No,
you don't understand. The story's actually insane. Anyways, we must take a trip back to last month, the 29th of last month, actually.
Happy birthday, Natalie!
Happy birthday, Natalie. And for Natalie's birthday, Haley Steinfeld got engaged to Josh Allen, quarterback. Now, this is important because everyone started posting videos and clips and stuff of Shameik Moore kind of like low-key flirting with Haley Steinfeld and also pointing out that he is technically the only Spider-Man actor to not date his co-star because every other Spider-Man actor has at some point or is currently dating their love interest / just like co-star within the movies. Except him and Haley never got together. Now, after it got engaged, like right after they got engaged and it got announced, Shameik Moore tweeted, "There's still more people to meet, more opportunities to come, and more chances to try, live, learn, apply." Which is really funny because then it just seems like it's about Haley Steinfeld.
I
Um,
mean, how perfectly timed was that message? Like tweet, like.
so yeah, so like it's got to be about that. Everyone starts clowning on him for it. Everyone starts like making jokes, making fun of him for the fact that he's obviously just down bad about Haley Steinfeld, um, like getting married and them not dating, and he was flirting with her, blah blah blah. Well, then recently he tried to bounce back. Now he posted a video, I believe it was teasing like a song he was releasing, or maybe it was just a video in general. I didn't really figure out what the point of uploading the video was, but me and like everybody else who saw the video just assumed that he was with the girl who he posted the video with. It was like a black and white video. He's with what's her
She's
name? What's
was
her
a very
name?
popular person to get casted as young Ahsoka. Fun fact.
Laura Harrier,
She,
an
I
actress.
believe, isn't she in Spider-Man?
Oh, she's in Homecoming.
Yeah, she plays the love interest that like
Oh, whose
Rodriguez.
dad is
Yeah, the
yeah,
villain.
yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So, post a video with this actress and everyone just assumes from the vibes in the video and everything like that that they are together and dating, and everyone's like Shameik Moore's back. He bounced back. He got a baddie. Let's go. And everyone's celebrating that. Well, this was not the case because she posted a video on TikTok explaining to everyone that he's a weirdo for posting that. She personally asked him to take the video down because people were saying it looked like they were dating and stuff. She is engaged to somebody else. He ignored her wishes and kept the video up. And again, notably called him a weirdo. So then everyone started making fun of him and calling him like saying being called a weirdo by a baddie is like the worst thing that can happen. Everyone's making fun of the fact that again he fumbled, um, yada yada yada. Everyone's adding him on Twitter, making jokes about him, making memes about him. Because of this, he then deleted all of his social media accounts for a few hours. Which seems to be a theme recently of celebrities deleting their accounts or taking breaks. If you listen to last week's episode, but he then reactivated his social media accounts and he posted a video saying that it's a misunderstanding, basically saying it's all the fan fiction he said, like it's the commentary around it, which is weird. He meant no harm, had no ill intent. It's about the art. The video has the aesthetic of a song. That's it. So he just posted the video because it fit the aesthetic of the song that he was trying to make, or that he was releasing or promoting or whatever. And he's blaming social media and the story that people built around this post to be the reason why it was so weird. Which I can kind of get. I feel kind of bad for him if that is the case because she kind of like I don't know, but she said she told him to take it down and he didn't. So it's like there's weirdness on both ends, you know.
Yeah, he's just. I get a weird vibe.
Mhm.
And you might say that you also might get a weird vibe from Justin. Sorry, I was going to go to a segue. I saw a segue there, and I was like, a lawsuit with the, you know.
Oh,
You sent me
the
you
Justin Baldoni. Oh. I didn't. You like cut
I
yourself
said
off, so I
Justin,
didn't.
and I didn't know the rest of his name. So
I just heard
G.
the
Blake
last
Lively and
wait
this.
the last thing on Shameik Moore. Everyone just keeps saying that we're never getting the Spider-Verse movie.
I mean, it did get delayed again.
And that he's just got to get in the booth and record his lines instead of posting. Um, yeah, the Blake Lively. Do you know about it? Because I don't know enough about it really to talk about it.
Not really. All I really get is Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. I think that's how you say it. We're in a movie together called "It Ends with Us," and it was. I think it's a book made by an author.
Colleen Hoover,
which I don't think people like.
Colleen Hoover is kind of a polarizing. I've said that a lot today, but she just makes like from what I know about the books, I could be completely wrong about this, but from what I've heard and what I know, she just makes really cheesy, bad, like kind of romance smut books. That people think there's a lot of people who love them, and then there's a lot of people who criticize them and say that they're just like they lack depth and they're very like basic and shitty and not like good books, you know.
Mm-hmm. But
But they have a very popular audience.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
personally have
important.
not read the lawsuit, but it is alleging sexual harassment during the filming of this, and I believe there was like, if I remember what I read, it was like there was no intimacy coordinator. He was kissing her for longer than needed. I think there was a birthing scene, and he hired his best friend to play the part,
Oh
which
yeah,
she felt
according to the
uncomfortable
contract,
about.
lawsuit. According to the lawsuit during the birth scene, he apparently essentially forced her to strip from the chest down, didn't close the set when she was naked with her legs open, and then yeah, hired his best friend to be the OBGYN.
Which I just I don't get how people
And then
work sometimes, like
And
how
then
they think that's
part of the lawsuit,
okay.
because if you remember the drama from earlier in this year, the movie came out. There was a lot of drama, people saying, because some people unfollowed Justin. Some people were trying to figure out what the drama behind that was, and there was
Hmm.
some weirdness.
When the
And
movie came
then,
out, there was a lot of drama about it, and now
mhm.
this is like
And then
official
Justin had
lawsuit.
hired the PR manager that did
Amber Heard? No.
it was the guy Johnny Depp
Johnny Depp.
did like worked for Johnny Depp during that trial or whatever. And some people were kind of sus of that. And then after that happened, uh, a lot of stuff was coming out against Blake for kind of being weird during the movie and saying she tried like taking over the movie, and she got her husband Ryan Reynolds to rewrite some of the script during the writer's strike, and Justin was trying to make the movie, about
Because
domestic
Justin
abuse.
is the director, by the way.
Hmm.
He's the main actor and the director. I think I also read that it was something like he added more like, I don't know if it was sex scenes to be exact, but he added more to the script than she agreed on originally.
Oh, okay.
But that's
Um,
all. The update is just that she has filed a lawsuit.
Well, yeah. So everything was like coming out against her. Well, part of this lawsuit now is also saying that um, Justin and his team launched a smear campaign against her to try to ruin her image during all of that drama. And there's some like pictures and screenshots and stuff. I don't know how they got them. I don't know if they were real or not. I think they're real, but showing conversations that Justin had with his team that, if real, do look really bad, and looks like uh, he's just him and or his team are just went on like a massive smear campaign to try to like
Yeah.
push her down. So
And this guy said he didn't know anything about it. He knew more than I did.
well, I'm saying, as I looked it up on Twitter, and I'm just like clicking on tweets and reading what I'm
uh,
seeing. So yeah, we'll see where this goes.
but let's end on a more positive note. Do you do your stockings first or do you open the presents first?
We start with stockings.
Really? I've never started with
Hmm.
stockings. We always did presents and then stockings. Because I think as a kid, I just saw presents and I went, ooh, presents. And I forgot about the fireplace because my stairs goes right to where my tree is. And the
Hmm.
stairs, you have to like walk a while for stockings.
We always had the presents like right by the stockings. So then first thing we'd grab the stockings. So the stockings are filled with like smaller gifts or like gift cards or little stocking stuffers like candies and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we get through that, and then you get to the gifts. Um, Something I've definitely asked you about, but I forget. Do you open up all of your presents on Christmas, or do you open any early? Because my
No, we
family,
open nothing early.
I don't
There's
know.
no presents under the tree early. There's absolutely nothing there until
My
Christmas.
my family usually puts the presents down. They didn't do this when I was a kid, obviously, but now they like put the presents down as they're getting them and wrapping them. So then they just like sit there for a while. And then we, for my entire life, I don't know where this comes from or if like it's just a thing my family does, but we have a tradition where you get to pick one gift to open up on Christmas Eve before
Oh,
Christmas.
Interesting. Yeah, no, like now because I know, you know, the man,
No, say it.
Santa
What
is
about him?
so very real.
Hmm.
My parents are like, don't come upstairs on New Year on Christmas Eve because they're wrapping the presents and everything. So
There, there was a year where after it was established that we all knew Santa wasn't
Israel.
Santa was real. There was a year where my parents were just like super busy and they just didn't really have the time to wrap the presents and didn't really feel like it. So we just had everything in like bags. We just opened up the bags instead.
I
Um,
how did you find out that Santa was very real?
I
Because I
found out
don't really remember how I found out. I think someone at school told me.
I have a really vivid memory of when I found out. So I like kinda maybe was suspicious, but I definitely thought he was real. Like I wasn't for sure like he's
He
not
is
real
real.
or whatever. Uh okay, for the sake of the story, I'm not gonna be able to keep track of what I'm saying, so I'm gonna cut that bit. But yeah, so I was like still pretty sure he was real, and the house I was living in at the time had a me and my brother, actually all the bedrooms were upstairs though, and there was a bathroom that went through my oldest brother's room. You had to like walk through his room and then get to the bathroom, and then there was a bathroom downstairs, right, were the two
Mm.
bathrooms in the house. And um we had to go to sleep obviously because you got to be asleep before Santa. I don't know if you did this every year, but we'd use the Santa
Santa
tracker.
tracker,
Yep.
yeah.
So then Santa was about to start
You gotta go
heading
to
our
bed.
way, so we had to go to bed. So then me and my brother, who shared a room at the time,
Pause. Did you leave like carrots out for the reindeers, or were you just a cookie stand?
we were just cookies. We didn't leave
Ah,
anything out for the reindeers. Also, um, in some of our houses, because I've moved a decent amount of times. Um, sorry, I want to clarify. I'm not like rich and own a bunch of houses. We just rent. Um, but I've moved a decent amount of times, and some of our houses didn't have like chimneys, right? Like fireplaces. And so we had a big key. And I was told as a kid that Santa could use his magic and shrink the key, and then he used the key to get in the door, and that's how he brought the presents in.
wow.
Um, but me and my brother were trying to go to sleep. Well, we both had to go to the bathroom before we went to sleep. So my brother went to the bathroom that was upstairs, and so then I had to go to the bathroom downstairs. So then I started walking down the stairs. Now my parents thought that we were supposed to be like going to bed asleep in our rooms. So
Mm.
I start walking downstairs, and as I turn, because the staircase, it was like you had to walk down and then you turned right and then walked the rest of the way down, right? Like a
Mm.
couple steps. And when you turned right, that's when you got a view of the whole living room and notably the front door of the house, right? Right as I turned to the right and started heading down the stairs, my dad opens the door and has this massive bag that's just like filled with a bunch of presents
And
that they
you
all bought
knew
us.
that your
And
dad was
that
Santa.
that is when I realized like, oh, he's not real. And then like my parents rushed me upstairs. My mom and my grandma like rushed me upstairs. Um, and then in
Did you get to
hindsight,
use the washroom?
I just had to like wait till my brother was done and then go to the bathroom. In hindsight, I definitely should have figured it out earlier, but I was a dumb kid because way years earlier when I was way younger, my house had a big basement, but it wasn't like a finished basement. But we had some stuff down there, and sometimes like I'd go down and play in the basement, right? So, um, one year I was down in the basement and I was just like running around doing whatever, can't remember exactly. And I ended up going around because the stairs would go down to the basement and then they were sort of in the middle of the room almost. So you could go behind the stairs, right? And ended up going behind the stairs. And I remember I found a a lightsaber toy, and it was like one of the um I don't know if at the time it was an Inquisitor saber, but it's basically an Inquisitor saber to where like the middle part of it was like there was like a circle. It was like a double bladed one, right? And then this toy you could like spin the handle to like spin the saber or something. Um, and I remember I found it and I was like, and I got really excited. So then I was like, what's this? And I ran up and I asked either my mom or my grandma or something, like what it was, because I'm like, oh my god, like, can I play with this? Can I have this? Like what? And I think they told me at the time that it was like a gift for some other kid or like a donation or something like that. And so I was like, oh, okay. And I assume I just forgot about it, but looking back on it, I got that gift that I touched for Christmas that year from Santa.
Coincidentally, just somehow.
I got that from Santa. And I don't know how I didn't realize it at that point, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember how I found out that Santa's very real. Which I just, yeah, I have no clue. But I do remember, I was gonna ask this question: is what gift do you remember the most, or like most excited for? And I think I have two. It was either me going downstairs. No, I have one. Well, I love all the gifts that I got when I was a kid and I get now. But I remember walking downstairs and all I wanted was a giant bear. And I turned the corner and it's not even wrapped, but it's a giant
Well, yeah, that would have
white
been
bear
so hard to
that
wrap.
was bigger than me. And I think now is like to my like chest,
Oh, damn, that's a big bear.
because we still have it. It's just in a plastic bag in the garage because I couldn't throw it out. Um, but that was I think my I remember that very vividly.
I think the gift that I remember the most vividly and was probably the most impactful on my life now is either one of two things. It's either the this is probably the number one pick is the Star Wars Xbox that I got because when I was a kid, me and my brothers all shared one Xbox, and so we had to like, you know, mom says it's my
Oh,
turn
I
on the
also
Xbox,
remember getting the
like
Wii
stuff
for
like
the
that.
family. Oh, I
Um,
remember that. That was hype.
and so I remember the year that I unboxed the Star Wars R2D2 Xbox with the Kinect and the C3PO controller.
You could
And
have
I was like
sold that for so much
super,
right now.
super. I still have it.
Sell it.
It's it's broken. So I
Oh,
have to get it fixed, but I found a local place who said like they can fix it.
oh,
Um,
he researched this.
so I'll probably get it fixed up at some point. But um yeah, so I got that Xbox and that was huge because then I had my own Xbox. I could play it whenever I wanted, blah blah blah. And then also when I got my first gaming PC, that was super super hype because that was
I
the
remember
year
when I
like
got my first gaming PC and I had to explain.
that was when by that point I knew Santa wasn't real. Obviously, I think I was in either eighth grade or yeah, I think it was eighth grade or I was going into high school. I can't remember which one. Um, and I like looked at like every Black Friday ad, this, that, the other thing to try to find like the best deal for like an entry level gaming PC. And I didn't know much about gaming PCs at the time, but I found this that was like a really good deal, and I like begged for it like over and over and over and over and over again. And then I wasn't sure if I actually ended up getting it or not. And then on Christmas, I opened it up and I got that and like a monitor and my first keyboard and mouse, and they lit up and I thought it was so cool. And
I
yeah.
think like I remember. I can't remember. I think it was the Wii, but oh no, it was like a Switch. It was one of the two. But I remember opening the game first,
Hmm.
and I'm like, okay, I don't
I
have
think
this. I don't.
that
And my mom was like, wait, you have to open this one. And I was like, oh my god.
that exact situation happened to me when I was getting my Xbox One for the first time because the Xbox One had like been out for a while. The Xbox One S. The names get confusing because there's like the Xbox Series S now, but the Xbox One S was out. And I wanted that because I'm still on the Xbox 360. My friends had moved on to the Xbox One, so like I couldn't really play with them. And yeah, I remember opening up a game for the Xbox One, and so then immediately I like got all giddy because I'm like, oh, I got the Xbox One, and then my parents kept joking like, oh, maybe we got it for the wrong system,
Oh
and then I opened up
no.
the Xbox One.
But that has been our Christmas Eve episode. Chatters, gamers, cool people of the Twitch room. I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
I hope, yeah, I hope you have a Merry Christmas. Hope you have a Happy Holidays. If you don't celebrate, I hope you just have
A good
a good
Wednesday.
time. Yeah, I hope you're doing well.
We will be
Um,
back on our New Year's Eve episode.
and stay tuned for that one because I actually have an idea for it.
Ooh.
So Stay tuned for that one.
Exciting.
That one will be.
Wait. Go. That one will be.
I was gonna say that one will be pre-recorded, but I have a pretty good idea for it. So.
But we have to answer one of the questions.
Oh, true. Feel free to join the Discord and ask questions. There's now less chat, so I'm able to find the podcast chat that fast. Boom, I'm there.
What's one holiday you want to be banned / taken off the calendar?
What a good question for now.
And what would you replace it with? What
one holiday I want to be banned / taken off the calendar.
See, the issue with holidays, I feel like a lot of holidays that I celebrate are religious ones.
Yeah, I think most holidays are religious, I feel like. I would say... And what would you replace it with? Honestly, I would say St. Patrick's Day. I feel like St. Patrick's Day.
Ooh, okay.
There's not much. There's like certain cities or countries that if you live in and celebrate, you get like really drunk and stuff. But other than that, you could just get drunk whenever you want. There's not really much there. And I would replace it with I'd replace it with LeBron James Day, I think. I think we should have a day to celebrate LeBron James. And yeah, alternatively, actually no, this is actually a sick holiday, okay? We get rid of St. Patrick's Day and we figure out a day in the year that we dedicate to, like, I don't know how you would control this or what, but we dedicate it to like Throwback Day or Decades Day or something, and it's a day where
sounds like a spirit week in high school.
Yeah, kind of like that, but it's like, this year we're doing the 80s, and then everyone, you can just like go out and everyone's like, it's almost like Halloween but dedicated to like years, you know what I mean? So then everyone's like dressed up like the 80s, and there's like 80s parties, you go to clubs or something and they're all playing 80s music, and I think that would be hype.
I would say Black Friday and change it.
What?
What?
Okay, rich, goddamn, what the fuck? Give me my deals.
Can I continue?
Sure.
And then change it to a month. Where
Let's go!
Like, you just cut me off.
Now, would it take over a month, and if so, which month? Or would there be a 13th month added that's Black Month, and it's just a deal month?
Why is it called Black Friday?
Why is it called Black Friday?
I think it should be all of December. End of the year.
The shopping sense dates from the 1960s. Its origins is the early 17th century as school slang in the sense Friday on which examination is held. The shopping sense dates from the 1960s and was originally used with reference to congestion created by shoppers. It was later explained as a day when retailers' accounts went from being in the red to in the black. So it's when retailers went from like, they're not making money to fuck yeah, we're in the black, we're making profit now.
I see. Yeah, I say all of December. I name it Ka-ching.
Ka-ching month. That's good.
Mm-hmm. Like the money sound. Ka-ching. Mm-hmm. Just want to specify. But yes, that has been Oh That Reminds Me. You have any last remarks?
Thanks for listening. I hope you guys tune in next week for the episode actually comes out on New Year's.
No, it doesn't. I thought it goes on New Year's Eve. Yeah, the 31st.
Yeah, but that's like considered. It's just like
to
me, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day is just like one mega day. Like it's just called New Year's.
Yeah, New Year's you don't really do a lot. New Year's Eve
because like
is
on
when
the
you
actual day,
do,
New Year's Eve is when you like go to parties, celebrate, whatever. Then the ball drops.
Let us know what you're gonna do on New Year's Eve instead of telling us next week when we post the thing.
Let me tell you, I am gonna be going absolutely crazy. All right.
Let me tell you, I had plans, but I'm backing out of the plans. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna spend with my boyfriend.
I am gonna be going nuts. Shit is gonna be wild. I'm currently logging into my work schedule to see if I work that day.
Let's go
to see if this joke lands or not. I do work. I found out on Christmas Eve, which
I have a stream that day.
Me and my whole family assumed that like the store would be closed on Christmas Eve. Then we found out it is very much not closed, and there's like a whole dinner plan that everyone's going to, but me now because I'll be at work.
Oh. Oh.
On New Year's, I work until 9:30, so I'm gonna be working until 9:30.
Hey,
Then
you
I'm
have
gonna
that
be
3
going,
hours though.
I'm gonna be going crazy. Shit's
Go
gonna be nuts.
crazy.
But then I have New Year's Day off, so that's it.
Nice. Okay.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.